Nobody knew exactly when she started coming. Some said months, others said years, but eventually, people stopped asking. Every Friday morning, just before the city fully woke, a young woman would appear carrying paper bags and small containers of food. She never came with cameras, never stayed long enough for conversations, and she never accepted thanks. People simply started calling her Sister Clara, not because she was a nun, not because she preached, only because she treated people gently, as though every person mattered. That morning, the street was unusually cold. Clara stood beside an elderly man wrapped in thin blankets. She knelt, opened a container, and handed it to him. He looked at her quietly, then asked softly, "Child, why do you keep helping people?"
Why do you keep
Clara
helping
smiled.
people?
Not quickly, not dramatically, just enough.
Because everyone
Then she
deserves
answered,
to feel remembered.
"Because everyone deserves to feel remembered." The old man nodded. She stood, moved to the next person, then the next.
She dresses simple.
Like she had
but
nowhere
doesn't
else
look
to
poor.
be. But something about her never fit. Her clothes were simple, but too neat. Her words were calm, but unusually measured. Her movements carried a quiet elegance, as if she had learned manners somewhere. People rarely forgot names. People noticed, but nobody thought too deeply. Because people usually believe what they see. And Clara looked ordinary. Later, she returned home. A small apartment, simple walls, small kitchen, nothing expensive. She removed her shoes, placed her empty bags down, opened a notebook. Inside, lists school fees, medicine, food deliveries, names, dates, small notes, no signatures, no recognition, only people. Her phone lit up, unknown message. Home, she looked at it, then quietly locked the screen and continued writing. Outside, across the street, a black vehicle waited, engine running, then drove away. Clara never looked. Days passed. Clara became part of the district. Children waved. Vendors greeted her. Old women
get those
saved
for
seats
you.
beside them.
Oh, that
Yet
is very
nobody
kind
knew
of you,
anything
dear.
about her. Nobody knew where she came from. Nobody knew what she did. And nobody had ever seen family visit. People assumed she struggled, because simplicity is often mistaken for lack. One afternoon, she stopped at a small stationery shop. The owner looked stressed. Bills piled beside him. Customers absent. She noticed. She asked no questions. Just bought a few things. Then quietly left an envelope behind. No name, no explanation. The man found it later. Enough money to keep his shop open. That same evening, she paid for a child's school supplies. The mother chased after her. Clara only smiled and said, "Help someone else when you can." Then she walked away. Again, no recognition. That night, her phone rang. She answered. For the first time, a calm, older voice spoke. "Are you eating properly?" Clara smiled faintly. "Yes." Pause. Then, "Do you want me to send someone?" She looked outside, toward the quiet street, and answered, "No." Another silence. Then, "All right." The call ended. No names, no explanations, only familiarity. She placed the phone down, looked out the window, and whispered, "I'm okay here." District Head Victor Hale first noticed Clara by accident. He had come for a public inspection. People gathered, smiled, praised him. Then, he saw something strange. Nobody was watching him. They were watching her. Clara stood helping a woman carry groceries. Simple, quiet. People thanked her naturally. No announcements, no speeches. Victor asked, "Who is she?" Nobody knew. That answer bothered him. People respected influence, power, position, but she had none. And still, people trusted her. Over the next days, he noticed her again and again. Eventually, he approached. His smile was practiced, polite, controlled. "You seem to care about people." Clara nodded. "They care about me too." Victor smiled, then said, "You could do more with support." She looked at him, gentle. "Maybe," he continued. "Someone like you shouldn't live like this." She tilted her head slightly, then answered, "Live like what?" He paused. "Simple, ordinary." Small. She smiled. Then quietly said, "People always assume less means unhappy," and walked away. Victor watched her leave. His smile disappeared. Not anger. Not yet. Something else. Interest. 3 days later, an invitation arrived. Official. District office. Community partnership discussion. People encouraged her. Go. You deserve recognition. Maybe they'll support your work. Clara looked uncertain, but accepted. The office was quiet. Too quiet. Victor welcomed her personally, offered tea, asked questions. Then gradually, the conversation changed. Less about the community, more about her, where she lived, whether she was seeing anyone, whether she wanted a different life. Clara's expression became still. Then he moved closer. Not enough to cause alarm, enough to change the room. His voice lowered. You don't have to struggle, she stood, calm, no fear, only distance. Then she said, I'm not struggling, and moved toward the door. Victor smiled, but his eyes changed. You misunderstand. She opened the door, turned once, and answered, no, then left. Outside, the evening air felt cold. She walked home quietly. No anger, no tears, only silence. The next morning, the district woke to announcements. Public notice, investigation, false charity, manipulation, community deception, her name, every wall, every corner. People gathered, whispers spread. Clara stood in front of one notice, read everything, folded the paper. Her phone vibrated. One message, should I come? She stared, then typed, not yet, send. Far away, inside a quiet office, a man read the message, slowly stood, looked out over an endless skyline, then said, prepare the car.
Prepare the car.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and put down your thoughts in the comments. From Epic Stories TV, we love you.